welcome to the show. Recently I made a comment about the Lodge, one of my videos, and somebody said, "You outed yourself, buddy. I knew you was I don't know what the hell how he sounds. But that got me to thinking, this is a great opportunity to entertain you guys with more content. So I happened to be scrolling, saw this video by Sunny V2, where he says, why Bobbi Althoff's podcast failed so quickly. It got me thinking about the hot tour girl and how she was an industry plant, or at least we thought, we don't know, alleged, and how a lot of us thought that Bobbi was an industry plant, alleged, but we don't know, but some stuff came out. And I guess because I said this thing about the Lodge in my video, we're all in the conspiracy tube genre, so everything has to be a conspiracy. But racism, that's absolutely real. UFOs, the Rockefellers, fuck all that. But racism, fuck you niggers. Absolutely, that's true. I don't want to hear nothing else. So let's embark on this journey to see what Sunny V2 says about Bobbi's podcast failing so quick. Her being an industry plant, and me obviously being an industry plant too, or whatever the hell this dude was talking about.
Bobbi Althoff's Really Good podcast started extremely strong, gaining millions of views with unique celebrity interviews. However, in just a year and a half, her viewership has basically flatlined, with almost 300,000 people agreeing, "I've never seen an industry plant fall off harder than she did."
Well, she's not talented. She, had that stuff where she was, I thought that was a comedy style. These Gen Zers and Gen Alpha kids who just don't get what we did.
How did you guys navigate without a GPS?
Stuff that you would say, huh? What? Are you trolling me? Is that a serious question? But these kids are really dumb. But we know the powers that be need you to be stupid for when the Antichrist comes out. When he says, "I'm God," you'll be like,
he probably is. You don't know he's not. Shut up, I ain't listening to you. Whatever, boomer. He probably is God.
But again, what do I know? I'm an industry plant myself. But let's keep going.
Her career began on TikTok in 2021, making dry, sarcastic content on the topic of being a mother. She'd make only 26 videos before beginning the Really Good podcast, to which she'd adapt her dry, sarcastic style.
I think we look alike. Kind of, but not really. A little. You're like me in a different font.
The snippet quickly racked up almost 10 million views. The style was an instant success. This entire interview is like the calmest argument in history, and I love it. The snippets from her...
Right. I thought that was a comedy style. Okay, she's a comedian, or she's a quirky zennial. It can work. Let's do it.
The next episode went equally viral.
The clips did really, really well on TikTok. So I was like, okay, I guess I have something here.
But it was the episode with Funny Marco that completely changed everything. Because not only did the segments again pull crazy numbers, but the full episode gained over 5 million views without a single hate comment anywhere in sight. It's rare that two people I've never heard of make me laugh for an hour straight. This was special. This is hilarious. Marco has found the white woman version of himself. This should be a permanent duo. This is just the most cross-cultural, funny, awkward humor.
I think that right there is the real, this is just me being a conspiracy guy, the social experiment. How many of us remember these shows that used to come on MTV where they would show a bunch of kids from different cultural backgrounds and they filmed them and they was in some nice house, not the real world after that. They was all together interacting, and then the interviewer asked the kids, hey, they were teenagers or whatever like that, how'd you like them? And all of the kids was like, oh, these niggas is cool. It's a Mexican girl there's a black dude, white guys, white girls, just with this melting pot that they tell us America is. And everybody was getting along. Oh my gosh, gasp. Y'all like one another? All of these were young, attractive people. You could look at them and say, yeah, I want to chill with these people. I think the powers that be was yep, this is exactly what we thought. So we not making these niggas scared enough, man. Fuck, we need to put some orbs. We need to spray more chemicals. We need to put more shit in the food because these niggas are liking each other. And that's what this was. Because you're still a human at the end of the day. You just had a different life experience. But what do I know? I said something about the Lodge, so I'm a part of this whole mess.
People loved the honest branding of new episode whenever I can get someone to agree to let me interview them, the next of which being a very important person.
My video with Marco went very
Yes,
viral,
yeah.
like
Correct.
very viral. Then Drake liked one of the videos I had uploaded and he followed me.
Bobbi therefore tried to get him on,
I'm gonna like shoot my shot to Drake. So I was like, when are you gonna come on my podcast?
And he just was
He said,
game right
yeah,
away.
he was ready to do it.
landing Drake as her 4th ever podcast guest. From an entertainment standpoint, the episode was basically perfect. Not only had she landed Drake, who never does podcasts, but she'd done so in a funny, intimate setting, whilst keeping it calm and relaxed, to the extent that people thought they were just old friends.
The fact that you were so calm, Nick.
The fact that you're so calm. Oh my god.
Who the fuck is this Mike Epps looking nigga? Like Mike Epps if something happened to him when he was young. Why do they all... Dude, they wouldn't let me be a plant unless I would do this.
Honey. Woo. Yeah. Slay.
I know this nigga's like, see, I told you this nigga. Shut the fuck up, you LeBron James fan ass nigga.
Next to Champagne Poppy. Because if I was in a bed next to Drake, I would be freaking out.
It therefore gained 10 million views.
Nigga, you would not be freaking out if you was in the bed next to Drake. Nigga, if you was in the bed next to Drake, you would be...
TD Jakes at Diddy Freak Off Party.
It therefore gained 10 million views in only 2
This white lady is sitting there like, oh my god, Jamal, right? Bitch.
Poppy. Because if I was in a bed next to Drake,
Look at her just holding that pose. This is a robotic bitch. I give her that angry D. You want a slave, bitch? You want some slaves? I know you do, don't you? Okay, that was an ADHD thought. Let's get back to it.
I would be freaking out.
It therefore gained 10 million views in only 2 weeks, and added 700,000 subscribers to Bobbi's total count. However, as summarized by a tweet reading, Drake giveth and Drake taketh away, Bobbi's interview with Drake began to ruin her reputation. During the podcast, Bobbi had asked,
Am I your type?
I'd do it.
Thank you.
and when Drake said that Bobbi should get with his friend, she seemed kind of interested.
If I could hook you up with anyone, it would be my dog Smigs.
Smigs?
Smigs. Smiley.
Can you tell me about Smiley?
Let me show you a picture of him.
Is he well known or are you just a friend of yours?
The Funny Marco interview had a similar interaction,
Are you hitting on me?
You're not my type.
What's your type?
with Bobbi stating she started the podcast for the following reason.
To have a way to meet people, and the podcast, I was like, I wish I could have like collaborate with other people.
Meeting new people likely wasn't sinister, but flirting with famous musicians seemed to annoy her husband, who filed for divorce only 6 days after.
Didn't we know it was a simp? You like Drake? Nah, his bitch ass was like, baby, but I just don't know, why would you talk to Drake like that? Why'd you have to do the interview in the bed? I said just do it at a table. A little luncheon, some lemonade, some cottage cheese. I don't know what the fuck white people eat. All right, that was a little racist. I'm sorry. That was racist. I'm sorry. Let's keep going.
She recorded the podcast with Drake. To make matters worse, Bobbi also admitted,
I flew all the way here
You did. I really do appreciate
on my
that.
daughter's first birthday
You missed your daughter's first birthday.
to be here.
Regret that you'll never be able to undo.
Yeah.
Horrible parenting.
showing she was kind of ditching her family for social media fame.
Is it kind of strange to anyone else that this woman who is married with children is constantly asking during these interviews with these rappers if basically they would go out with her, if basically they would sleep with her, if they like
Okay, come on now, man. This bitch she's having postpartum, you know? She's having the baby blues. Nigga, you don't know how long that shit lasts. Shut the fuck up. These are patriarchal niggas. This nigga thinks he's being a feminist for women. You just being a bitch. Nigga, the fuck you do is oh man, these guys give men a bad name. Don't do women like that. Nigga, I wouldn't even fuck if my wife said, you think I'm hot? That's first of all, my wife wouldn't ask the next nigga, do you think she's hot? Cause she don't give a fuck. I show my wife that she's hot. So she already like, oh, whatever, nigga. She don't even care what you talking about. But, nigga, that's me. But fuck these niggas.
She'd confirmed the divorce in a TikTok post, with comments stating celebrity status always ruins the best things in life. On Reddit, people stated, she got famous and he stayed the same. Few marriages survived that, whilst the rumors likely didn't help. Did Bobbi Althoff cheat with Drake quickly became a mainstream narrative, suggesting—
Wait, I'm gonna bring this back. I think she got famous and he stayed the same. He was never interesting, and neither is she, in my opinion. You gotta be the interesting one. This is why you as the woman, you're coming into my relationship. I'm interesting, bitch. You just got a vagina. What else can you do besides that? Can you cook some flapjacks? Bitch, go make them. Let me bring the syrup. Let me see how they taste. Oh, you make strawberry flapjacks? Oh, shit, bitch. These things is terrible. Stay out of the kitchen. God damn, you non-cooking bitch.
Did Bobbi Althoff cheat with Drake quickly became a mainstream narrative, suggesting a conspiracy was when Bobbi deleted the podcast, with Drake and Bobbi both unfollowing each other on Instagram. Dave Portnoy from Barstool Sports therefore sent her a text. "My girlfriend says you hooked up with Drake and got divorced. I am saying that is not true." Bobbi replied, "I'm not commenting publicly, but off the record, you're right, that is not true." She'd shared the text to her story, adding, "I did not want to do this podcast in the first place, and now so much negativity is coming from it. I'm going to leave it alone after this, but this is the uncensored DM between Dave and I, although despite denying the rumors, the narrative was set." Bobbi Althoff left her husband to thot around with rappers.
Would you date someone that looks like me? Because there's just a person
What does that mean?
like looks exactly like me. They have a twin.
Maybe.
If I had a twin,
Maybe.
would you date them?
If she was like cool and like, you know.
The damage this did to Bobbi's image could be seen on her husband's Instagram.
I think this is the standard, I hate to sound racist, white woman fantasy. I'd love to sleep with a big buck Negro. You think only white men will sexually trafficking these Negroes? I bet you didn't know that women couldn't own property in those days. So black people couldn't own shit. Indian people, we gotta exterminate you, get you out of here. The only thing women could own was slaves. Did you know that? That's in these United States. You know who did know that? My international people. It's fucked up. International people know more shit about black Americans and America than black Americans do. Shout out to my Brits. Shout out to you. I think I was a Brit at heart in a past life. Well, if I believed in that weird shit, I would say that. Anyway, I don't think it's about them being rap, and women want to get taken care of. So a rich Negro that I can date instead of messing with this milquetoast ass nigga. Look at this nigga. I mean, I'm sure he's great. I'm sure he's great to his kids, and that's great. You're staying in your daughter's lives. That's commendable. But he's a boring nigga. Why did y'all even get married? Because white women are smart. She might not love you, but she's in it for the stability. And that's an admirable reason to be inside of something. Or to be inside of someone, for that matter. Would I be inside Bobbi for stability? I don't know. That's a different video. Get your mind out of the gutter, nigga.
With comments reading, "Sorry that your ex sold you out for clout and fame," after which everything Bobbi did became some kind of drama. For example, she'd do a podcast with Lil Yachty, with people calling her ungrateful after she said this.
I walked into his house and it
kinda
was
like
super awkward because like
those, though.
he's really kind of awkward. He didn't even like say hi to me. He's just sitting there with like his two assistants, and then he comes up, he's like, "Oh hi," gives me like a half hug, and I'm just like, "Hi," then goes back to his spot, and I'm like, dude, I don't even want to do this. I'm texting my friend like, "Ashley, I need to leave. This is so awkward. I don't want to, like, what am I doing here?"
She wants to make awkward content and then puts Yachty on blast. Shaking my head. Gave her a platform and now she's shitting on y'all. See what happens.
Well, if this person down here, this weird nigga, gave her a platform and now she's shitting on y'all. See what happens when you fucking with snow bunnies. That's what his bitch ass meant. I'm saying, bitch, you not really awkward like that? That's what kills it. That's what kills the whole shit. Wait, you're really a charismatic white bitch? What, Becky? I thought you were nerdy like all of us. You just a regular blonde-haired, blue-eyed bitch? That's boring. BBB. Blonde, boring, Barbie. How do I know that? I'm a dog collector. Nobody give a fuck what you talking about, nigga. Stop collecting porns, nigga. That was the turnoff for everybody, I think. It definitely was the turnoff for me. You not awkward like me? Whatever, bitch. I thought an awkward person really found a way to shine with their awkwardness. You not awkward? You's a fucking it girl on the low? That really makes me say, why did you marry this nigga? You know what? Let me stop. Let's just keep going before I slap the shit out of somebody.
Happens. People then claimed that her fast rise to fame was orchestrated by her management company,
I'm pretty sure somebody at WME started help pulling the strings to set all this in motion.
who also managed some of the people who appeared on Bobbi's show.
Well, you got a great agent, and you got a great agency, and you got great guests.
Bobbi simply trolled the claims, but there were other inconsistencies. For example, she constantly claimed that she was broke
People think I'm joking about being in debt. I'm not. Like, I put every penny I had into this podcast.
and told Mark Cuban this.
I don't have any money
None?
at all. I have debt, actually.
You have debt? How much debt do you have?
Like $20,000 of debt.
Then further added in her Rick Glassman podcast.
Every time a credit card maxes out, I have to switch to another. I have like 2 cards maxed out right now, so hoping to pay them off soon.
However, people realized she spent $500 on Chloe sandals. She is not broke, she is broken. Also noting that her husband was a millionaire who had 170,000 students who'd bought his $43 course.
That's why you married him. Okay. I get it now. I'm not saying you're a gold digger. She just ain't fucking with no broke niggas. That's not the same thing. Y'all gotta stop shaming women, man. That's all I'm saying out here.
Eventually, Bobbi also revealed that the podcast wasn't serious.
So when you interview these people, you're not Bobbi necessarily.
No, yeah, I'm just like a really dry person.
Deleting more of the magic that first made her interesting. We mentioned that when she first interviewed Marco, there were no negative comments. However, 3 months later when Reddit asked thoughts on Bobbi Althoff, there wasn't a single positive comment. Annoying ASF and not funny at all. I can't stand her, don't find her funny, and find it odd that rappers are always her target to pick on like she's better than them. Gives
Cause it's like, I wasn't gonna say you're making fun. It's like you're lying to us. You're normal, bitch. You're normal. As an old guy, I remember when you couldn't be a nerd. That wasn't cool, dude. You can't be a nerd. That's why the movie Revenge of the Nerds, them niggas couldn't be cool. Them niggas was fucked up. It was a gay black dude in there. Hey, alpha, lambda, whatever the fuck that. Them niggas was weird. It was a nigga like Nerdrotic in there. Devo, correct that whip. There's a nigga like that. It was a bunch of nerd niggas. And them niggas was getting fucked up. Wasn't cool to like Star Wars. Wasn't cool to play video games. This bitch is like, you're making fun of us? I know some of you weird niggas are like, Adonis, you not a nerd. Nigga, did you hear all them references? I should not know all that shit as a black guy. All I can say as a black guy is fuck the white man. Shit, it's fucked up. Nigga, fuck all the races. Africa, black power, nigga. That shit gives me a fucking migraine, my God. I can't say that to black people. Nigga, they threw me out of the black race. I don't even have a ghetto card anymore. I'm not even sure I ever got one. They didn't send me mine. I think I got lost in the mail. That's probably what happened. But this is, I think, what was going on. Are we nothing more than a caricature to you? You beautiful, normal bitch? Look at you with your beautiful hair. And your beautiful skin, and your big juicy boobs. Whatever, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Normal asshole.
Me the ick. I watched a few of her interviews. I just don't find her funny or charismatic enough to pull off the shtick. I can see why she's popular though. This kind of awkward cringe humor is having a moment. Only 4 days after that Reddit thread, it was reviewed as the not so really good podcast, which stated the content itself is boring. The episodes also lack direction and a central theme, probably because they only consist of small talk. The podcast fails to deliver anything substantial or thought-provoking. Instead, it provides a glimpse into how celebrities behave in casual settings, which may seem intriguing to some, but ultimately failed to engage me. Another person said that Bobbi's podcast sadly points out how real hip-hop journalism has been practically erased, while even funny Marco began to critique her.
You think this bitch is doing hip-hop journalism? I mean, she could have spun it to that, maybe been like a downtown Julie Brown. I'm not sure if that's what she was trying to do. I'm not sure what the fuck she was trying to do, but I thought she was one of us, a nerdy, awkward, aspy person, some type of neurodivergent person. No, bitch, you're a neurotypical bitch. You just acting like us? That's the thing that had me like, well, actually, honestly, I'll keep it 100. Right here, this is when I was like, and then I think I saw the what's his name? Outshot? Offset. I call this nigga out. Damn. You see, I'm not ghetto like how you niggas think. Black people don't like me. Nigga, is that a salamander? What the? Oklahoma, this better not be a goddamn salamander on my... I was about to say. Nah, that was a string from my sweatpants up there. Okay. Anyway, it was when Offset had his interview with her. I was like, this nigga's kind of screaming on this bitch a little bit. Then I saw this. Funny Marco.
While even Funny Marco began to critique her show.
With me, it was like, I think you're funny, Marco, but let me learn about you. Like, trying to figure me out. But now it's like the interviews, I think they're like, she's trying to shit on people. And when I watched the interview with Offset, I was like, damn, that was pretty bad.
As mentioned, she was plain disrespectful during her podcast with Offset, leading him to respond with similar energy.
You need a little bit of seasoning. You ain't got no seasoning, man. You like a plain piece of chicken, just on the thing, you pull it off, and then you serve the dish.
It seemed this was where many people quit watching Bobbi's show, aided by full podcast episodes that were just promoting products. In the process, she'd also change her appearance, leading to criticism bad enough for Bobbi to respond.
I am so tired of all of the comments of people saying,
No, this is when you need to put the filler on, because this bitch looks old. Damn. Millennials are aging. Jeez, what happened? Maybe this is why her podcast went down. Women are brutal. Maybe women was like, oh, bitch, that's a filter. She got a filter on the whole interview, bitch. I could tell. That's not her eye. Her eyes ain't that big. Ill, gross, bitch. Look how big her forehead is. Men, we're not brutal like that. We be like, oh, God, you got some big boobs. It's jiggly. Make them bounce? Oh, yeah. Make it clap. Oh, yeah.
she ruined her face. The only thing I have done to my face is that I have a little bit of filler in my upper lip, okay? I do not have cheek filler.
In a different video, she talked about getting other procedures.
I went in to get my zit injected and I left with Botox. And
why you got a black eye though? Is this that Illuminati shit? What happened? Or did her husband say, bitch, stop fronting with these niggas? Cause you white niggas be being abusive most. My nigga, try to put on your public face and act like, oh no, R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, P. Diddy, Jay-Z. It ain't just Weinstein. It ain't just him. It's a lot of you niggas.
in my forehead, which, you know, that's fine, that's normal. I had lines here. I also didn't like that this would crease so much when I'd smile, so I got under eye filler. So I got Botox injected right here.
Which, perhaps unfairly, has only led to even more hate. Her 15 minutes are up. Bye, Bobbi. I am so tired of Bobbi. Get off the internet boring. The last couple of months, however, have been even worse. For starters, the style of the podcast has changed. The dry, sarcastic humor has become normal conversation, and all the awkward, quiet moments are often removed in editing. Strangely, however, this only makes it even more awkward and less entertaining, as it feels like any other normal podcast.
How old are you?
Me, I'm 21.
You're 21?
Yeah.
Oh, you're so young.
I'm a baby still.
Wait, I didn't realize you were so young. I thought we were the same age. Now I feel really old.
How old are you?
I'm 26.
You're not really old.
This entire interview feels like they are making small talk while waiting for something. She'd also do an episode with Dax Flame, in which she was way ruder than any other podcast.
What is something fun that makes interviewing someone fun for you?
Just having good conversation.
Okay, yeah, I love good conversation.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't tell.
This genuinely was not even an interview. This was like bullying the nice kid and making him feel horrible in any way. Then 2 months ago, she did this video here, which, judging by the dislike ratio, was yet another doozy.
And then I saw this video of a girl talking about how much she made from her podcast, and I mentally decided that she made like at least $300 a year on her podcast alone, and I was like, that's what I need to do next. Like, I need a podcast.
I saw how much someone made and thought, that's what I need to do. Wow, what a passionate and inspiring individual.
No. What a woman. Don't attack this bitch. She don't got no skills. She's boring. You know what? I like this because I could put this on H1. That's Honest Adonis Reactions, where I just talk about bitches all day. Our favorite subject in school as men. I could put this over here on this creepy conspiracy channel. Because it's a conspiracy. We don't know that she was whatever we think we is. Here go this nigga. He ain't gonna say, oh, he just stumbled over his words. He gonna say, I knew it. See, he said whatever we think we is. He's a plant. Whatever, nigga. You got tiny penis disease anyway. What's tiny penis disease? It's when you think everything in life is a direct attack on the size of your penis. If it starts raining outside, you mad at Mother Nature because you think Mother Nature knows you got a tiny wee-wee. If you're late for work, this nigga is upset at time because he thinks Father Time knows he got a small penis. But he keep it in his head instead of just talking to his therapist and taking his medication like the doctor told him to. What the fuck was I even talking about? That's my real ADHD that made me forget, nigga. You think I'm putting on an act? Like this bitch? That's what you think?
Toward the start of her career, Bobbi joked, "Not more money though, and that's all that matters in the world," but it seems that's now her actual philosophy.
I didn't grow up with money. I am on a lifelong
You want
journey to
money.
get money. I love
money's nice.
It's amazing.
Ever since doing the interview,
there, I don't see anything wrong with that. I see something wrong with the niggas who's like, "Oh my God, you want my money? I loved you." She looking at you like, nigga, just send the checks in. Get out. Send in the checks. I ain't hating on her.
Bobbi's viewership has significantly slowed. Her reputation is far from perfect, whilst her interview style has simply gone stale.
Alright, so shout out to Sunny V2. Hopefully I added some value. Thank you to my channel members. We said thank you. Ha! To my channel members. No Diddy when I say member. Thank you to my channel members. Fuck you if you're not a member. Nah, I'm just kidding. But seriously, join. Thank you